In this video, I'm going to show you step by step on how to assemble your Weber Spirit EX315 gas grill. Now this one happened to be purchased at Costco. They have a really great deal on them right now. They're $100 off. So if you are looking for this gas grill, I highly recommend you go out to Costco and pick one up. Now this is a high quality grill made with high quality thicker steels. So it is a little bit on the heavy side. So if you're going to assemble this yourself, I recommend just doing it on the ground, maybe on your deck or your garage floor. Lifting it up by yourself is going to be pretty heavy. First thing we need to do is cut open the box, and we're going to lay out all the parts and make sure they're all there. It's nice they put the instructions right here on top in case you need to refer back to them. There's going to be two plastic straps right here on top. You're going to have to cut those. It's too hard to lift this up and out, so we're going to cut down the sides and slide it right out. Now once you have the main grill body out, there's a couple parts along the sides. We're going to go ahead and remove those as well. We'll open the lid, and there's going to be parts inside the lid that we're going to have to remove. Now once you have everything removed out of the grill body, it makes it much lighter, so now we can remove it from the rest of the carton. The process is installing the wheels onto the bottom of the grill. So you're going to look for this piece right here, and you're going to turn it upside down. There's going to be 16 screws to hold the wheels in, and you're going to look in assembly bag SPA. That's going to hold all the hardware. We'll go ahead and put the wheels on. You'll notice that 2 of the wheels have locks and 2 of them don't. If you see this little lock sticker right here, this is where the wheels with the locks go. So those are going to go there. And if you take a look at these wheels, there's no lock on them. Those are going to go on this side. These, you don't want to get any of these real tight. You want to get all 4 of them just in a little bit. You'll have a little bit of play. But you don't want to tighten one down first. You want to get all 4 in, leave them loose, and then go around and tighten them up. And just double check that all of these screws are nice and tight. Once you get snug, you're going to go about 1/4 of a turn. So you can see right there I'm snug, about 1/4 of a turn. And we're going to go ahead and do that to all 16 screws. So now we're going to put the side on, and you're going to look for the parts bag labeled B. That's going to be your fasteners. Now to make sure the right side goes on the right side of the bottom cart, you see how this hole is off center? You have kind of a wide side and narrow side. We're going to work on the narrow side. And then to tell the difference between the sides, this side here is going to have a magnet right here. This is the side you want. The other side does not have a magnet. So we're going to go narrow side, this side here with a magnet, and we're going to fasten that together. So I'll bring the camera in up for a better view. You can see this side here is the one with the magnet. You can see the narrow side right there. Now we have the wide sides for the other panel. And all the fasteners are down along this bottom edge. And then also in the B package, you'll see this little clip right here. You're going to go ahead and just push that in. It's like a 1/4 inch diameter hole right underneath this slot. Just push that in, and then this side is assembled. Now we'll go ahead and install the opposite side. It's going to use the same fasteners and pretty much the same bolt pattern. So we'll go ahead and get the fasteners put in and tightened up. To install, so I'm going to show you this up close. You're going to get this piece here, make sure it's exactly the way I have it, and you're not like this. And then you're going to get this controller box, and you come over here, it already has screws in it. Just push that in there against flat, slide it down, and then tighten up these 2 screws. Into this side right here. And this is what it looks like on this side. So you're on the wide side. It's going to slide right into place. And then there's 2 screws over here on this side. As you can see right here, this is a tab coming through this square cutout. And then you have these two screws down here holding it in place. And those are also the B screws. And now we have this tray to put in place. Now it's just going to slide in place with these two tabs. It's going to drop down in there. And then you have this little push button right here that's going to go inside that hole. And that's all we need to hold the tray in place. That's that little push fastener. You just push it in, it will click and lock in place. Okay, your battery pack. It does come with 6 Duracell batteries. Go ahead and insert those to the pack. As you can see, there's a wiring kit. There is a positive and negative, but you can't install it wrong. The negative is going to be wider and the positive is going to be the narrower one. But don't worry about mixing them up, they'll only go on one way. Once we got the battery pack closed up, it's going to go inside the grill. You're going to push it in like this, slide it down, and then we're going to connect the wiring. Notice on the battery pack, you'll have 3 prongs here on the back. You want this one here at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and line it up with the 3 holes. Push down, you'll feel it click into place. And now we need to install the wiring. On the wiring, you're going to go on the bottom, left side. The red is going to be at the top. It's got a locking clip here on the bottom. Just go ahead and push straight in. This side piece, it's going to have a hole right down here. You can see the flanges are up. And we're going to be installing these little push fittings. And all you do is push straight down into these 3 holes. So the panel we just put those push fittings in is going to go in here on the back side. As you can see, you have the thinner side over here. You got the fat side over here with the battery box. So it's going to go on that side. You'll have the hole down there on the bottom right. And you have 4 of the B screws on both sides and tighten those up. So I'll just give you a 360 rotation with what we have so far. So just looking here at the front, you're going to have the magnet. You're going to have the battery box on this side. This is what it should look like from this end. And then this is the back panel we just put on. And this is going to be the side with the battery box mounted to it. Now the next piece to be installed is this L-shaped brace. It's going to go on the back side. It's going to go on the inside of the ends. It's held in place by 4 B screws. Here's the back of the unit. Here's the L-shaped brace. It's going to have this little U cut out right here. As you can see, it's on the inside of this, and then you have 2 screws on each end. Now we're going to install this bracket. It's going to have a long chain and a wire on the end of it. And it's going to go on this side right here. We'll take a close-up look at this. It's also going to have the tab going inside the square cutout. And if we come over here to this side, you're going to see the 2 screws right here holding it in place. Those are B screws, and there you can see the tab coming up over that cutout. We're going to put in this front brace. So you have the front of the grill. This brace here is kind of a U channel, but you'll notice this is going to have a slot right here. So that's going to go to this side, but you're only going to put screws in the very bottom. Already put the grill body in place. But it's going to be a lot lighter if we remove the lid. So there's 2 pins that hold the lid onto the grill body. You can pull those pins out, set the lid aside, and set the grill body down inside this frame. From the grill body to the frame, there's going to be 2 screws here on the front. They're B screws with lock washers. One there. One there. Then if we come down here, you'll see the gas hose. It has a bracket with a little tab on top. Come around over here, you got a B screw here, tighten it up, and you'll see the tab come out that hole. Install the propane gauge, which is going to go right here. Make sure you install it this way and not upside down. There's a little push pin that you need to push through on the back side. That's going to be held in place by the 2 screws right there. And then also at the bottom, you have these 2, we'll just call them nubs. They're just going to hold the tank away from the side. and then you're going to have 2 screws holding those in place. Next, we're going to mount the igniter module, which is right here. If you come over here to this side, you got the 2 screws holding it in place, and those are in package D. And now we're going to mount the stainless front. So we're going to have 3 small screws up here in the front. You're going to have 2 larger screws right here. When you go ahead and put this on, it's going to kind of clip in place. There's going to be a clip right here and one on the other side. So it will kind of hang in place to allow you to tighten up the screws. So the screws are in package E. You're going to have these 3 small silver screws here, and you're going to have the 2 larger black screws here and here. Now you have 2 wire guides you need to push into place right there. You put your wires coming down inside your cable guides. Those 2 wires are already plugged into place, and then disconnect your igniter wires right there. Now you're going to install your AA battery. The positive is going to face out. Simply screw the cap on. And now we're going to be installing the side shelf. And the shelf that goes on the left is this one here. There's no cutout anywhere. And the shelf on the right is going to have a cutout. So the shelf with no cutout is going to go on this side right here. And the fasteners are in package F. Here's what it looks like with these shelves mounted. I'll go ahead and bring the camera in up close. So the shelves are mounted the exact same way. You have that stiffener plate and you have the black nuts. You just tighten them up with a 7/16 socket. This is what I used right here. Tightens them up real nice. Go ahead and do the same for both sides. So now it's time to route some wires. So you'll see the red, blue, and black cable. You're going to plug it in right here. And then it's going to go into all these guides that you've been installing on the panels. It's going to run up the side, out through that slotted hole. And if we come over to this side, you have 2 of the cable holders right here. And you're going to have also this silver cable running through there. And then if you come over here to the front, you should have these 2 wires coming out this hole. And now you can install this black shelf right here. Same situation, it's got a little locking tab. Just press it down right into place. You're going to install this black box into this propane gauge. The black wire is going to come down. It's routed out the same way as the last wires. It's going to go right up through those holders. They're going to come out to the front. So now you should have 3 wires coming out of the front of this side of the grill. And now we're going to install our digital gauge. So you're going to go ahead and remove the 2 wing nuts on the back. So looking on the back of your digital display, that's how the wires should be connected. Before we assemble this control panel, you'll see this section right here. Look for the package with this jumper wire in it, and you're going to insert this jumper wire until it clicks into place. What to do is stick it through the back side and tighten up those wing nuts. Now the next thing we need to do is install the 2 grease pans. Now the aluminum tray is going to fit right in there. And then you also have the drip tray right here. You'll see the little L-shaped brackets. This just slides right into place. You just want to make sure the hole lines up with the grease tray. Now we can install the handle onto the door. If we take a look here on the back side, you'll see those 2, they're kind of large rubber plugs. And then you have 2 screws. Screw the handle into place. Don't over tighten because it is plastic. Now to put the door on, there's a small little rubber grommet right here that has to go in that hole. That's going to line up with this hole here on the door. And then we're going to put the door in place, and then we're just going to kind of push down on the top and spring it into place. Bottom first. And then you see this little silver piece right here. You're just going to push that down. And that's going to slide right into place. And now we're going to install our grill knobs. They got a cool little Weber grill emblem on them. Now these do go on a certain way. Now if you don't touch anything, you're just going to line this up so that you can see the grill. You're just going to push straight on. And now I've got the lid in place, and you'll see the pins right here on both sides. All you gotta do is set the lid in place, push the pins through, and push in the locking keys. Now with the grill lid open, we can go ahead and install our grates. And then just go ahead and install the upper grate. Something a lot of people are going to wonder is, what the heck is this thing here? Well, you can put a little cloth or a little piece of newspaper on there if your igniter fails, and then you could light the grill with this. Now you can go ahead and install your grill tank. As you can see, you're going to hook it on that hook right there on your tank fill indicator. And then this bracket here has an offset in it. It's going to go up and over top just like that. And that bracket should basically right here be touching. You see how both brackets are touching right there? Now if you have this installed correctly, this should kind of just roll up and down. If it's a full tank, you'll see that the fill indicator is up here. And as you use your grill tank, it's going to float up. And then you'll see that your grill tank is starting to empty. Now this does come with a temperature probe, which is going to plug in right there. You can plug it into your meat, and it's going to tell you the temperature of your meat. Give this grill a test and see if we've hooked everything up correctly. Just going to go ahead and push in, turn the gas valve, hit the igniter. As you can see, those burners lit up. So we'll go ahead and push it in, turn the center one, and do the same thing for the far right side. As you can see, the burners are heating up. You're going to hear a little bit of popping and cracking as metal starts to expand, but everything is working correctly. Now that's going to complete the assembly process. This grill is ready for steaks, burgers, chicken, whatever you want to throw at it. Now you can download the Weber Grill app, and you can monitor your grill from your cell phone. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.